It's 935 K-Day's Morning Show with your boy Romeo. And, doing radio for a couple of decades here in L.A., like this city, to be a part of this city and its dreams and people who seek out dreams means a lot. But right now I have a very special guest that I even told him off camera. I said, look, I'm in awe because the things that you've been doing and that you're doing now. Julian, I want to thank you for stopping by. How you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm feeling blessed. Thank you so much. I'm finally meeting you,
Yes.
and it's been a pleasure to get to this moment, and thank you so much for this time.
So we're going to go back because we're going to get to the point which I would call the turning point based on us. Obviously, you've been putting in work for years, right? You started singing, what, at the age of 3?
Yes.
So it's in your DNA. Who else in your family loves to sing as well?
My father loves to sing ever since, being in the womb and just listening to him growing up, singing everything Antonio Aguilar, Jose Alfredo Jimenez, the great Mexican icons and music. So it's my father.
And the thing is, you've been singing since the age of 3, but you have to go to that kid stage. What are the things that you love to do before you decided this is what I want to do? Was there ever another choice?
No.
Wow, really?
It's just music. I thought everyone would sing. I thought it was like part of life. Everyone sang and hey, how are you? Let's sing. And I always wanted to sing at school with the kids, and I wanted to wear my traje de charro all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a story where my mom says that I would cry if I didn't take my traje de charro with me. And they're like, you can't take the traje de charro to school. Like it's you wear regular clothes.
You're like, no, why not?
I'm like, why not? This is my style. Ever since, it's there's no doubt in my mind that I was born for this.
I do respect that too, and I'm gonna tell you why. My mom and dad. My mom sang in the church choir. My dad used to sing on the street corners. He had a group, right? So at the age of 5, I was always performing. But I thought, well, just maybe I'll do something else, right? So since the age of 3, you're doing this, and prior to going down, paying honor and respect to Kobe Bryant, prior to that moment, what were the things that you were doing up to that point?
Well, we were beginning to record an independent album, actually, and just, going through the grooves, working every weekend, performing here and there, looking for any opportunity to sing as a soloist. I was blessed with some opportunities to perform some tribute shows here and local venues. But I was on the journey of, okay, let's focus zeroed into the solo career.
Yeah. So you're on that journey, and then we all remember what happened on that day. It kind of changed all of our lives here in L.A. and across the world. I had just flown in from Reno from doing an event, so I saw what kind of day it was, the overcast, the cloudiness.
Right.
But where were you when you heard the news about what happened to Kobe Bryant?
I think I was at school because I'm also a special ed paraprofessional.
Yeah,
definitely. And we heard about that, and we're like, what is going? Like it was surreal.
Yeah.
It was. We couldn't understand, and obviously, being from LA, you're a Laker fan. You grew up with Kobe, with Shaq, and so listening to this, I'm like, no, this is not true.
Yeah.
Then everything that happened was like, wow. I think all of LA, like you said, and the whole world were just shocked and hurting.
Yeah.
So I saw a banda go in and pay tribute to in front of I always call it Staples Center.
Yeah,
right?
me too. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Crypto.com.
In front of Staples Center. And I was like, man, mariachi we have to, as a community, the best way to heal is through music. And that's how we know how to heal, through music. And we're like, we have to do something. A friend of mine posts and says, we are meeting in front of Staples Center. Bring your traje, bring it. Whoever wants to join us, we'll be there at this time. So it wasn't like, oh, let's go. No, let's show love through music. So we get there and we perform. I think we performed like 3 or 4 songs, and one of the songs was Amor Eterno. The same friend, he said, you sing the whole song. I'm like, no, let's, you sing it. This is your thing. He's like, no, you sing the second part. And they recorded, and that's the video that goes viral.
Let me tell you something. First of all, on that day, I've never had so many men, like when he passed away, call me crying. I've never knew of so many men crying over someone like that. So that showed the respect that Kobe had. But what you did on that day, just in honor of him, coming from your heart, when I tell you, when it went viral and everybody talked about it and saw it, it was simply amazing. Now, prior to that moment, have you even heard of Fred Wreck? Did you even know him?
Oh, I didn't know who that was. When I received the message, I was like, I don't know who this is. It's not my world.
Right.
Mariachi world is Vicente Fernandez, Jose Alfredo Jimenez. So when I received the message from a Fred Wreck, I was like, first of all, who is this? And he was like, I want to record your voice. Because this happened 3 years after the fact that we did that performance. And I posted a video, the same video. I reposted it and I put my name. And I received a message from Fred Reck. I'm like, who's Fred Reck? So I did some investigating. And I saw pictures with Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Britney Spears, the Beatles, the Doors. I'm like, is this photoshopped or is this is not photoshopped, right? Then I was like, okay, what do you want us to do? He's like, I want to record your version of Amor Eterno, what you did outside. I was there that night and I heard your voice, but I've been searching for you. 3 years after we're talking about this, let's record it. I'm like, well, I know a little bit of recording in a studio. Where is this gonna be? Yeah, it's like, oh, at Snoop's. And I'm like, I know who Snoop Dogg.
Like, Snoop
D-O-double-G, Snoop, the Snoop. He's like, yeah, at Snoop. I'm like, oh, okay. And that was like, okay, this is not real. Then he gave me the address. I walk in and it's the compound.
You pull up to the compound.
And I'm like, oh my God, like it looks like a spaceship, right? You walk in and you hear oldies and you see pictures of memorabilia and everything, and I'm like, am I here? Like, is this real life? Yeah. And I walk in, open the studio, and is Mr. Reck. I call him Mr. Reck. Yeah. Fred Reck is in there. Hey, how are you, Julian? Nice to see you. You ready? And we were ready. I had all my musicians ready to go. And we knocked it out. And he turned to me and was like, oh, like that, Mr. Torres? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, that's what I do.
Yeah, we go in and we record and we're ready. Oh, okay.
Was it like a 1 take, 2 take?
We did all the instrumentals on that first night. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay, then we do the vocals the next day. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. I could do it right now if you want. He's like, no, let's do it. Take time, to do the next day. And we walk in the next day into the compound again. And I say hola to a lady that was there. Walk in and the security comes in. He's like, hey, boss lady wants to meet your guy. And I was like, boss lady? I saw a huge sign saying boss lady entertainment. I didn't know who boss lady was.
This is the beauty of this, because you're honest. You didn't know.
I did not know who everyone was other than Snoop Dogg. I never Snoop Dogg. So then he's like, oh, yeah, send him in. So the lady that I said hola to walks in. I'm like, oh, hola, mucho gusto. Say hello to her. And then after that, she's like, oh, I was wondering who said hola to my friend. And it's boss lady. And I put 2 and 2 together. This lady was on all these pictures with Snoop. I'm like, okay, this is the boss lady.
This is the boss.
This is the boss lady. And she's like, oh, how are you? He's like, oh, nice to meet you. This is my artist. This is my mariachi artist. She's like, oh, mariachi? Like, yeah. What are you guys recording? Amor Eterno. Oh, okay, well, let me hear it. He was like, oh, we don't have, the vocals on it yet. He was just going to record. But he could sing it for you. And I sang for her. She has a beautiful smile. She started smiling, enjoying it. And she's like, okay, you guys keep on going. She walks out. He's like, that's boss lady. I'm like, I don't know. Boss lady. That's Snoop. That's Snoop's wife. I'm like, oh, that's the boss lady. Okay. And driving home, I receive a call from Mr. Reck, and he's like, hey, Snoop called me. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he wants to know what we're doing. Like, you're recording mariachi. Like, you don't have hip-hop work, or you need hip-hop to work on? It's like, no, I love working. This is the artist that sang for Kobe and Gigi. And, okay, well, what do you want to do with it, Fred? It's like, well, I don't know. You want to do an album? It was like, well, we already recorded one. I mean, we could do an album, but you know what you need to do an album. You need an album to, money and time and everything. All right. And this is what Fred told me. Okay. You could ask him later. He's like, Snoop said, Death Row Records, mariachi. All right, let's do it, cuz.
Wow. The perfect storm.
Perfect. And he's like, so do you have any original songs? I'm like, yeah, I have some original. Yeah. All right, we're going to need them.
Wow.
And that's how we got connected.
You know, we can never get enough of hearing this story because, first of all, the way you tell it, like just the smile and the appreciation of having this opportunity. So now there you are, you're at the compound, you're hanging out with Snoop, you're putting together this project. In the midst of all that, you know, was it how many songs? Was it 6 songs you ended up doing?
6 songs, yes.
Yeah, which, heard some of them, freaking amazing. Your voice is so powerful.
Thank you.
But in the middle of all that, now you're on The Voice. Then we singing with the Dodgers.
Yes.
So talking about living the dream.
Yes.
I want to take those 3 moments. Being on
Okay.
The Voice, meeting Snoop, Dodger Stadium. If you had to pick one that probably gave you the most nerves or made you nervous the most, which one would it have been?
Oh, I always get nervous. I always get nervous when I do a performance.
But that's, you should. You get butterflies.
Yeah, you get butterflies.
Right.
Wow. Being on The Voice, that's major. I mean, I could say it because Dodger Stadium is like home now, you know? So every time I get invited, it's like, everyone's there and everyone's having fun. And we're performing there. The Voice is just such a huge platform. And to enter with Snoop, the introduction, it's like,
which was crazy.
He could have gone out with anyone. Anyone. I'm sure he could call anyone and be like, okay, yeah, we'll do it with the honor to be. But he chose me to come out with him. And that's just a great honor. And I thank him, and I will always thank him for giving me that opportunity from the beginning.
Well, because now you go from hundreds of thousands to maybe a couple million to millions when you think about you being on The Voice. And like you said, Snoop's track record, anyone would have been down for that.
Yes.
But he chose you for a specific reason because he sees what he sees in you. And he believes in you. So and that's why you're signing Death Row. I mean, think about that. Yeah. I mean, if you think about Death Row 30 years ago and what it was all about to what it is now. Yeah. And even October. My man.
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, so amazing. He's such a real dude.
Amazing, yes.
Yeah. We had a chance to hang out and talk, and he's a real one, and he's so genuine as well. So now you have all of this under your belt. Like, what continues to drive you? Because you've been doing it. You've accomplished. You're now here. What continues to drive you to want to do more?
When people enjoy what I do, when I see people smiling and, or even crying when I'm singing a song and they're letting it out and they're emotional and they come up to me and, you know what, I needed that song. Mm-hmm. I needed to hear you. Those are the moments. That's my takeaway. When people truly enjoy what you do, I'm loving it. Like you said, I'm living the dream.
Yeah.
And I'm singing the songs for everyone to the best of my ability. And to see them really enjoy what I do as much as I am enjoying it, that's my takeaway. So that motivates me. My parents, my wife, my whole community, mi cultura. LA motivates me.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about this being your city and your community, how proud they have to be to see, the work that you put in and where it got you, because it gives them hope. You know what I mean? It gives them opportunity to know if you keep pushing and do what you believe in. Because we're in a city where a lot of people come out here for dreams and it doesn't always happen. We understand that.
Yes.
And it took time, right? It took time for you to get to this point.
41 years in the making.
Come on, man. 41 years in the making. First of all, you don't even look 41.
To get to this point.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my motivation is also my parents. My parents, my dad's from Villanueva, Zacatecas. Mm-hmm. My mom's from Ameca, Jalisco. They came over here to give their family a better life and essentially their children a better life. And for them to see that all of their hard work is paying off in their children in life, that's a great motivation for me to see them that they're, enjoying it. And it's amazing.
And I almost feel like you're getting kind of emotional just thinking about it, which I can totally relate to. I mean, there's nothing like making your parents proud and your family and your people, the people that love you and admire you. But do you ever I can almost see if you're walking around, people come up and just ask you to sing at the drop of a hat. You get a lot of that?
Yes, sometimes. Oh, you're the singer. Not a lot, right? I don't get a lot, but they people are like, oh, I saw you somewhere. Yeah. Is that you? Is that you? Because I wear regular clothes and everything. Like, no, that's my twin. That's my twin. That's someone else. And I also work for the school district.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I think that's so dope that you do that. You take time out. What motivated you to want to be involved with that?
My mother got me into being a special ed paraprofessional. I was giving music lessons, and she told me, "Oh, what are you doing during the week?" Because she's also a special ed assistant. I'm like, "Nothing. Do you want to work for the school?" I'm like, "No, I'm okay." No, I think you'll be good. I think you have the patience for it. I think you could work. I'm like, "Ma, this is, music is different. People want to come and learn music."
Yes.
In public schools, we have to go to public schools, and let alone special ed. I don't think I have the tools for that. No, they're gonna train you and everything. So it's been 1 year turned into 21 years.
Wow.
For the school district, and it has been very inspiring and very motivational to me, because when you sing and you do a good job, right away, right, the instant. Seeing a kid get that aha moment, or they realize, oh, they're learning something, and you had 0.00001% to do with that.
Yeah,
that's amazing, And seeing the children that I used to work for, now adults, and they come up to me, I'm like, oh, who's this man? Like, hey, Mr. Torres, it's me. Like, who are you? And you start realizing, oh, this is the kid that would get in trouble all the time.
and look at him now. He done figured life out. He done figured out. And I feel like that's so rewarding, because like you said, that's something that you're not sure how that's going to turn out. But when you do see that, you're like, you know what? I did my part. Even if it is 1% or 10% or 100%, you did your part. Definitely. And that's a great way of giving back. I mean, you give us great vocals, great music, but to touch someone like that, like directly, says a lot about you as a person as well.
Thank you.
So obviously you never had any other idea. You knew this is what you wanted to do, but I love asking this question. If singing wasn't an option for you, what do you think you would be great at? I always tell people, I think I'd be a great guy at the grocery store bagging of groceries. I think I'd been like that dude. Seriously, I flipped it, had them all packed nice, bread up top, everything. What do you think you've been great at?
Oh, I love cooking. I don't know if you guys could tell.
Let's talk about that. What's your favorite dish you love to cook?
We love cooking. We do enchiladas.
Oh.
And we just learned to do, the chile en nogada, which is a very delicious dish that is given during Fiestas Patrias, September.
Okay. Only
in the month of September. And so I don't know. Am I good at
I think you're getting approval from over there. Yeah. He's good in the kitchen and the studio.
In the kitchen. So, I don't know. I love it. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Well, I just want to say congratulations to you. It's an honor to have you here. When I think of KD Nation and this being the first hip-hop station in the world, and from where it's coming, where we're going now, like, right, this genre of music is so big, but for what Snoop did, by embracing you, signing you to death row, it brings you a whole different audience as well that cannot wait to hear more from you.
Yes.
And I thank Snoop for putting you on that platform from The Voice and giving you an opportunity for the world to see and appreciate mariachi music, just period.
Yes.
That says a lot.
Definitely.
Have you guys ever had some one-on-one time where you've had to say, just had a chance to really talk to him and be like, yo, man, like, you changed my life, or thank you for doing this?
Yes. The first conversation I had was through a message, and I just told him, thank you so much for this opportunity. I mean, I'm grateful. And he texted back. He's like, no, man, you're amazing. The world has to hear you.
Yeah.
So, and second conversation I had was through FaceTime. I was in the studio, with Mr. Rec, and on the side, he started talking to Snoop. And on the side, he's like, is that Julian? I was like, he knows my name. Hey, how are you, sir? He's
what
like,
up, Snoop?
Yeah, how are you? He's like, yeah, how you feeling? I'm great, sir. I'm ready to go. Yeah, that's what I like to see. So,
man,
he's an amazing. Yeah, the whole family is amazing, and I feel so blessed to be part of that family.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Death Row. Shouts out to Snoop Dogg. And you've never been in a session where he's had studio session, because you know how they could be. You haven't experienced that yet, right?
The aromas in there.
Oh, no. Man. No, I've been to a listening party. Shouts out to Guap. We were all there for a listening party. And I don't smoke, but I left there. I was just like, I feel a little different today.
Yeah, I slept very well then.
Well, hopefully, moving forward, you sleep well every night because, again, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here on 935 K-Day. I love what you do for the city. If there's anything we can do in conjunction with you, just let us know. We love to go out to the community. We're a community station. So if you need us for anything, whether it's a high school or community cleanup, you let me know. I'll let my peoples know, and we'll show up.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for everything you do for the community.
Yes, sir.
Truly appreciate you. Been a fan for a long time. So me being in here is like, this is amazing.
Oh, man, you ain't got to do nothing but just give me that chain, and we call it even. You know what I'm saying? Good. And can you show them the chain on the camera right there? Look at that.
Is it there?
Yeah, look at that.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
There it is.
Death Row.
You know, it's official when we have the chain.
Come on. And the jacket.
And the jacket, yes.
Love that.
Death Row Mexico.
Hey, man. Death Row 2024, 2025. My man, Julian, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gracias.